Fancy Nancy, Poison Ivy Expert by Jane O'Connor. Fancy Nancy. Look, I am picking a bouquet of wildflowers. Bouquet is fancy for a bunch of flowers. Watch out for poison ivy. Mom keeps warning me. I am, I say. I know what poison ivy looks like. I know the rhyme. Leaves of 3, let it be. Why, I'm practically a poison ivy expert. The next day, I bring the bouquet to school. Bree brings cupcakes. Robert brings purple punch. We conceal everything. Conceal is a fancy word for hide. We're having a surprise party for Miss Glass. It's her birthday. By lunchtime, I'm so excited about the surprise that I get all itchy. My arms itch. My nose itches. Every inch of me itches. Nancy, you have red bumps on your face, Bree says. I do? Yes, I do. Miss Glass calls home. Dad picks me up and we go to the doctor. Can you guess what is wrong? Yes, I have poison ivy. It's all my fault. I'm not a poison ivy expert at all. And what if my bouquet had poison ivy in it? Dad lets me call Miss Glass. There is no poison ivy, she tells me. Just beautiful flowers. Merci, Nancy. Miss Glass knows I love French. She hopes I'm better soon. Later, Bree stops by. I'm too itchy for company, so she sends stuff over in our mail basket. A note from Miss Glass says, everyone is starting a journal. You can write yours at home. Bree's note says, Thursday is pajama day. Will you be back? No, I won't be back Thursday. I'm miserable. That's even worse than unhappy and also much fancier. All night I itch and I itch. The next morning, I'm exhausted. That is fancy for very, very tired. Mom shows me a little jar. It is from a lady next door. Mrs. Devine says to put this cream on your bumps. Mom tells me, it is a home remedy. A remedy is fancy for medicine. Ooh la la, I don't itch. What is this magic cream? Mrs. Devine says it has jewelweed in it. Jewelweed grows in her garden. I like the name. Weeds are not fancy, but jewelweed sure sounds fancy. Mom brings home a library book. I learn about poison ivy. Then I start my journal. I put in many fascinating facts. Fascinating is fancy for interesting. In the fall, poison ivy turns red. It looks very beautiful. But don't let that fool you. Stay away. summer. Fall. Dogs are lucky if they touch poison ivy, nothing happens to them. My dog Frenchie. If you touch a person with poison ivy, you will not catch it. Just don't touch your clothes that still have poison ivy on them. By Sunday, I really am a poison ivy expert. Tomorrow, I go back to school. Yippee! In the afternoon, I go to Bree's house. Ooh la la! There is a surprise party for me. There are cookies and punch. And we all dance to an old rock and roll song. Guess what it's called? Poison ivy. Fancy Nancy's fancy words. These are the fancy words in this book. Bouquet, a bunch of flowers. Conceal means hide. Exhausted, it's when you're very, very tired. Fascinating, it's when something is very interesting. Merci, thank you in French. Miserable, very unhappy. Remedy is the same as medicine. Fancy Nancy thinks that she knows it all about poison ivy, but I don't think she does. And later on we found out that she studied a little bit more about it and wrote all about it in her journal. Very Fancy Nancy. Poison Ivy Expert by Jane O'Connor. Pictures based on the art of Robin Press Glasser. I can read.